Okay. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back. Uh, yeah, it feel like it's been a minute, but it's on. It's been a minute. This my show, Throwback. I'm Sherm, your host. So before I get into it, man, it's funny. It's interesting, right? This since I started doing these things, it I don't really get into religion, so I wouldn't call this like no religious journey or nothing like that, cause I've only really been doing researching things that happened in the past, things that's going on now, and things like that. And from a perspective of, I was just thinking about it, like, we gotta look at it like we a team. We in a league of life. And we a basketball team. Black, my peoples. We a basketball team. And so, yeah, we got respect for everybody else, but yo, we trying to win that chip. We trying to win that chip. So, just like you say, you need that guy, you gotta know your role and gotta play your part and pull and this and this and that. Like, yo, everybody need to know their role. They role in what the team that we trying to be and successful. And I mean, like, we gotta start, like, even if it ain't me, even if it ain't you, like, sooner or later, somebody got to say enough is enough. Somebody got to say, yo, I'm going to be the one to not tolerate that. It was Rosa Parks that was the one that finally said, yo, no, I'm not moving to the back. So if we just keep accepting things and not trying to stand up for what's right, but saying it in an articulate way where we not emotional, we not irrational, we not cursing them out or nothing like that. Until we start doing that, man, and all pulling together for the best of what's of the collective, we ain't gonna get nowhere, man. Hey, yo, I found a lot of stuff out, man. First of all, I wanted to say, Oprah, you see what happened? Paris Jackson tried to commit suicide cause of that, cause of all of the negative energy her pops is giving. And I ain't saying you responsible, Oprah. No, I wouldn't say that. But you know what I'm saying? Oh, here go one. So with Soldier Boy, right? Like I said, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all, I could not even name y'all a Soldier Boy song. You might sing one. I think he did Superman, right? Superman, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, I see the young brother. He had the little hiccup with the Chris Brown thing and all that. And after that, you ain't hear about him. He was doing his thing, getting his business up, doing his thing. So then now I start seeing him doing a little tour, and he talking to um Joe Buttons and another sister and doing the thing, and they basically pressing him about doing good. About one, the sister asked him one time, like, said, "Yo, why you got so many businesses?" And he was like, "Yo, why don't you?" And I'm like, damn. And so, and I say that, and I brought up Soldier Boy to say, like, you see, y'all, once we start treating our people that's successful, that get somewhere, and we tear them down, or we willing to clown them and do that, that make it easier for them to do it. So that's the whole point of bringing it up. It's not even about the do I like his music or whatever. Yo, he doing his thing or whatever. Yo, we gotta start doing that. Yeah, I wrote it down. Like, it's crazy. Like why why would you not? Right. Oh, and so look, since I wrote down Robert Kraft, my white privilege watch, we gonna go back, we gonna go in and out of white privilege, because you know it'll be so much of that. So Robert Kraft should be made an example of. That's what I got here, right? Now, since I wrote this, which maybe a day ago, now I already see that they ready to just give him a pass and not going to charge him at all. Now, meanwhile, in that place that they had him in, it was $200,000 worth of money in that place. So you know this wasn't no place where the women was there and it was it was women that was there hustling, getting their money. It wasn't that. It was women that was there, that sex slave type of women. But because it's him and he white and everything is okay, Bill Cosby, let's go after him. I'm just saying. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I don't care if he friends with Meek Mills, Jay-Z. It don't matter. You don't get no pass. You don't get no pass. Here's another thing. So now, like I told you, they was going to try to make this a Jewish issue, Jewish black issue, right? I told you, right? Just because one sister say something and we defend the right of the sister to say, voice her opinion, just like everybody else voiced their opinion. That's my thing. Like, the sister got the right to voice her opinion. Whether I agree totally with it or whatever, I don't even know what she said totally. I don't care. It don't matter, right? The point is she got the right to voice her opinion. So, but I told you they was going to try to make this a black Jewish thing. I told you that, right? So, I started doing some research, right? This is how serious they are with it. So y'all will understand. The Israeli government, their parliament, whatever they call it over there, they got together and they was talking about the state of affairs and situation, how they see what's going on in the world right now. And it came up, the topic of young black urban youth in America. I'm not lying. The Israeli government sees the young black youth in America as the biggest threat to their government. And know why? Not saying I agree with it, but this is why they said it. They said because the sister girl that's in Congress, what they're seeing on the internet, so they feeling like it's a big swell in anti-Semitism and anti-Jewish rhetoric. And so now they're actually monitoring it. Now, they don't say they're monitoring the people, but they say they're monitoring it and they're monitoring certain activities and all of this. I'm telling you, y'all. I'm telling you. So you got to stop thinking, like I keep saying, like, stop thinking with your emotions. Sometimes a situation, it is just right. So your opinion, although you might be entitled to it, is not what's going to be best for us collectively. So you got to stop thinking with your emotions. Word up. Hey, yo, so I watched the movie The Purge, the last Purge they did. You know what I mean? That brother was kicking their ass in there. But did you see? Y'all gotta watch. See, y'all gotta watch certain stuff. You gotta watch, and cause when they watch it, they not good at writing realistic stuff. So a lot of the times when they be writing stuff and they be telling stuff. That's what they do. They love to tell stuff. So in that Purge movie, you seen how the white man and woman, when they was back in the room and all this. See, this is now we're gonna give you the black version of the movie critiquing. How the white version critique the movie, this the black version of the critique. So yeah. Sherwin and Ebert. So after I watched the movie, right, I'm sitting back and as I'm watching the movie, I'm watching the white man when they got all of the monitors that they watching in the hood. And because they said it was a purge and they offered all of the poor brown and black people in the neighborhood, they supposed to be killing each other now. And the man and the woman sitting back going, they not doing enough. They not doing enough. What's going on? And so you know what they do? They start letting the rednecks come in there and kill us off and the crackers. And the first thing they go, the first place they go to was the church. First place. They know and then you wonder why things happen. Because they put it out there. I wonder if it was a synagogue where all of those people got shot, like in New Zealand, would it have been on Instagram? That's just a thought. I'm not saying nothing. And see, that be the thing. We so sensitive now. You can't even say nothing. You can't even ask a question. You can't even say pose. Is just everybody too sensitive. Oh, 3 members of a Ritzy. This was some more white privilege. I had to make sure I was remembering the situation right, because I tell you, I be researching. So like I said, I be up, I be searching. Somebody tell me something, I start searching, and this and this and that. So sometimes in between shows, I end up with too much. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But anyway, so you got 3 members of a Ritzy, Brooklyn Heights. Brooklyn Heights. I remember when it was called just Brooklyn. You know, they tried to class it up, Brooklyn Heights. I think Spike Lee started that dumb shit. But anyway, I ain't gonna even start about Spike Lee. Word. Spike Lee used to act funny though. I'm gonna go there. Spike Lee used to act funny, right? When he first did his first movie, Do the Right Thing, he had the Spike Lee store down there on DeKalb Avenue. And y'all know, had the Spike Lee store down there, and he had his little clothes in there. I think Spike Lee joined a 40 acre and a mule and all that. See, he sell out shit, but he had his 40 acre and a mule on there. He didn't want black people in there. I kid you not, y'all. I'm not bullshitting. Spike did not want a young black man like me at the time in his store. Yeah. But anyway, back to this. Right? Because you getting off the story. Tell the story. So the 3 members of this Brooklyn Heights Racket Club, they've been hazing the daughter for years. The squash coach program said the Casino Heights on Montague Street. Yeah, the Casino Heights. Sex on the desk. A third pro Fabian, whatever. They got a Fabian guy there messing with little girls, showing them his Tinder account and all that. So he trying to hook up. He come through with, oh yeah, that's how they said he do it. He come through with his Tinder account up and get around the young girls and let them peek and see his Tinder account so he could try to link up with the little girls like that. Yeah, 11-year-old. Oh, this was the crazy one. 11-year-old, and that's white privilege. These guys get, I think they got placed on leave or whatever the case may be and all of that. But it's like to be the small little print at the bottom of the page. You don't even know it happened or whatever. So, an 11-year-old 6th grader in Manhattan had a white student drape a noose around his neck, and he didn't want to tell his parents, so he ended up telling his little sister, and the little boy had the white student had the noose around his neck and said to the little black student, "This what happened to your ancestors. It's you burnt this and this and that. You burnt that and that and that." So he was calling them burnt instead of saying the N-word. He calling them burnt. And so now this happened at one of them elite private schools, right? And the teacher knew about it, and the school knew about it, but they tried to push it under the right there in Manhattan. So people would go, "Oh, that's only happened in the South, Sherm. That should only happen in the South, Sherm. That should only happen in the South, Sherm." Yo, for all my Brooklynites out here, I found out that the biggest slave plantation in the United States was located in Brooklyn, New York. Yes. The biggest, look it up. The biggest slave plantation was in Brooklyn, New York. Another fact. And this ain't fun fact. This is a fact. New York City, by 1706, had 42% of the households in New York City had slaves. And New York City was second to only South Carolina in the amount of slaves they had during this period of time. They had more slaves than Georgia, all of them, all of them. New York City. Another one, Wall Street was called Wall Street because the slaves built the wall up to keep the Indians out that the Dutch had just stole the land from for basically nothing, right? So they had the slave auction right there at the pier down there in that little cobblestone street that they keep, and they keep to remember that they got there in New York City right now, that you walk on, them the cobblestone streets that the slaves walked down to Wall Street, where they were the first commodity traded on the stock market. For all my city people that say slavery only happened in the South, it don't matter to us, right? Because we them good city house niggas. Told you we shook, man. Shout out to Snoop Dogg. I will say Snoop Dogg be saying he don't fuck with them slave movies. Word up. He don't mess with them slave movies. Yeah, that thing happened on March 8th. That incident that I was telling you about at the school. This was one that I'd be trying to search and everything. This is one that definitely y'all should look into. Amber Evans. Amber Evans. A rising star in the juvenile justice system in Ohio. Fighting for justice. Got her 4-year from Ohio State, which is a good college to get in. I lived in Columbus, and I'm going to go back to my stay in Columbus after this. Graduated Ohio State, got her master's at library studies or something of that nature at Kent State. She just joined the juvenile justice system in 2015. In 2016, they had a bill that she pushed and got passed to help towards juvenile justice and the reform out there. She got promoted to the head of that organization out there in Ohio in 3 days. 3 days later, y'all, she came up missing. Now, they found her car and they found her purse in the car. And because somebody, they don't know who, but somebody sent a text saying, "Oh, I'm sorry for everything," they deeming it a homicide. Now, this was a young sister that just dedicated 6 years of her life and got through college. If you get through that, that's when you committing suicide. If you ain't got no job, you ain't got no career, you ain't got nothing going on, that's when you commit suicide. She just reached the pinnacle of what she was trying to get. And that wasn't even where she could have went. That was a stop right now. She had her whole life ahead of her. But they ruling it a suicide. They ruling it a suicide. So that gets to my time when I was in Columbus, Ohio. Let me tell you about my time. I got it right there, right behind it too. Boom. Excuse me. So I'm going to work. Columbus. I tell you last week in my last episode, I told you how I cursed them out at Target after a year 50-cent raise. Okay, so I'm going to that job, right? And this is part of why you say F it. I'm going to that job. It's a Sunday, and we going through downtown Columbus, Ohio. This day was different than others because the bus driver was black and 6 passengers on there, they was all black and me. So now I just get there from New York maybe 8 months, 9 months. And I see the bus, you get downtown and the bus do the detour. Instead of going straight through, It's the little yellow thing, and the state trooper going like this, and the bus is turning like this to go around like that. And lo and behold, out my window, y'all, I'm looking out the window. This is 1996, and I see a Klan rally right there, y'all. I see the white hoods. I see the white with the trimmed in red with the gold on it. He must have hurt somebody to get the decorations, or he really been putting his work in, because he had the decorations on his. And then you had another one standing over here, and he had the white, and it was with the black and trimmed in gold and all that. So I guess they was like the leaders, because they was up on the Capitol steps, Columbus, Ohio, the Capitol steps, right there. And then the regular hoodie guys and stuff with regular red draped, they was down here. And they hoods on and they doing their thing, right? I'm from New York. I ain't never seen that before. And so, I look around in the bus, I go, pulling my hair out, what the fuck, y'all, what y'all don't see this? Y'all don't see, whoop-dee, woo, 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 ah! They all look at me like in Get Out. Just like in Get Out. Just like in Get Out. I'm not lying, you was just like in Get Out. You must not be from here. They do that every year. They do it the Sunday before Martin Luther King holiday. Every Monday, that Sunday before, they have their protest right downtown Columbus, Ohio. All with state trooper police escorts and all that. Or security force to keep them so they could do their thing right there on the steps. Downtown Columbus, Ohio. Yeah. Yep. And see, so, and when you come back and then you talk to a brother and I'm like, yo, until you see that type of stuff and you could feel me from that type of situation, because here's the thing, I wrote this down. Why are they so determined not to give us just equal? Why? You gotta ask yourself that. Why? You gotta ask yourself, why are they so determined to put hurdles? I'm gonna tell you some of the things they got in this. So they say, what are the things you talking about that they got in our way? What are you talking about? So you got the images on TV, you know what I mean? And what you supposed to be, whether it's black man or black woman. You supposed to have your body look like this. You supposed to do that. Reality TV, this, that. You supposed to be a gangster. You supposed to be a thug. Then you got drugs out there in the system. Then you got the legal system in itself. Then you got cops on the streets. Then you got in the workplace trying to get paid the same amount of money. Then you got just walking down the street and getting treated right. Then you got sometimes when you go in the stores, they follow you around and this and that, don't want to respect you. I could go on and on and on. It's like to me, it's like, until, and it goes back to what I was saying earlier, until we start challenging ourselves first and others right around us first, then yeah, but we gotta start changing that, man. Police always claim suicide with no investigation. That's the easiest way. That's the easiest way. And going back to the sister got her master's in library and information sciences at Kent State. So, and that's important because you'll say, oh, it don't matter what she got her master's in. Yes, it does. Because that tells you that was an intelligent sister that could articulate what she wanted to say to them. And they hate that the most. And that's why I keep saying, and I tell my sons, what my son is say, what you want me to do, Dad? Hate white people? No. You don't hate nobody. What I want y'all to have is enough information where y'all could talk to them and get y'all point across without using the words they gonna understand. Because once you start cursing and all that, or you lose focus, stay focused on the argument or the conversation right directly in front of you. Don't bring nothing else into it. Talk to that conversation. Tell them how you feel, and then they'll know that they can't do that to you no more. That's what you have to do. And so to be able to do that, you have to have knowledge, you have to have information, and you can't be emotional or rational and just jump and reactionary. You can't. Okay, here go one. Right? Because the TV, yeah, I got the TV. We used to call it the television because it tell all the lies. That's where they tell the lies at. The television or the library, because that's where they bury the lies at. That's what it is. You know what I mean? If you want to know the truth, you know, the library is where it's at. Or now you got the internet. You can look up. They got the encyclopedias online now. You can look them up. Baltimore, let's get to Baltimore. Baltimore is the richest state in the country, right? But right now in Baltimore, where it's mostly black, white residents make twice as much as blacks did. We talking today, not in the 60s, 70s. Unemployment 3 times higher for black men, which is by design. Like I said. Maneuver that makes it harder for the black man to get respect as a man, father, husband, and it helps with the bullshit that they say about black men not wanting to work, because we going in there and they not giving us nothing. The median income there is 13,888. Medium income is about the medium income, average, whatever, medium. So about 13,888 a year, right? 5 miles away, the income is about 90,000, of course. And, of course, it's lighter that area, that way. And the average life expectancy age is 63 there with the lower income, is 83 there with the higher income. See, it all correlates. It's not like one thing don't have nothing to do with the other and all that and all this and this and this and that. All right. St. Patrick's Day. We just had St. Patrick's Day. And so, like I said, I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater at all. I love shamrocks and green. I went to McDonald's to get the green shakes and all that shit. I don't hate nobody. Grow up in New York, you love everybody. You a liar if you say you don't. Because you might get punched in the face by somebody. You never know who, this dude brother over here could be dating an Irish chick. You never know. But anyway, so I just noticed the differences between how they celebrate heritage, right? What's our heritage, right? Is slavery our heritage? What makes us great? You know what I mean? So that made me start thinking, right? So we call ourselves, or what they classify us here as, is African American, right? African American. So come every February, all they give us is the American history. The American history, which you could sum that up real brief, consists of slavery. If we go on American history. Now, we was here, and it's a fact, before Columbus got here, there was already black Indian mix. Indians and blacks already here when he got here. It was black Indians here already. So that's without dispute. The Africans was already navigating the waters way before the Spaniards and the Italians. But I digress, right? So, but now, back to this now. So if you're just going by the American heritage, right? The American heritage would start from what? Slavery. And then our fight and struggle and all of that after slavery. Pretty much. Yeah, we invented many of things. They stole them from us and all of that stuff. I'll get back to that later. But they stole many. But that's pretty much it, right? And so now you got some singing, dancing athletes that done or whatever. And they got their bread and they think they good. But it's still, for the regular us, it's not. But anyway, I digress. So now let's go to the African part, right? So the African part, why don't they never tell us about the African part? Why don't they never tell us what tribes left what port and where they went and what time they got there and all this and all that? You know why? Because then you start implicating Dutch people. You start the Dutch government, the Spanish government, the Italian government, the British government, all of them. They was involved in the North Atlantic slave trade. Yes. Yes. You know? So I wanted to do come up with what I would be. This is my Black History moment. My Black History moment. That's where I'm coming from with this one. See where I'm going. So, the first university ever in the world, like I said before, was Timbuktu, which is now Mali. Is Mali, M-A-L-I. What's Timbuktu? The first one up. Now, this university consisted of 3 masjids, right? 3 mosques, right? You see the Trinity, right? You see how they distorted everything. But anyway. So, the first university in the world consisted of 3 masjids. Jin Era, Bur, Sidiyara, and Sakore. This is where the original 3 was stolen from, corrupted. Blah, 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 blah. Good lie will always have a little truth in it. What else is believable? Alright, boom. So now we got the 3 masjids, right? So now in the 3 mosques, it was 25,000 students in a city of 100,000. That's 1 in 4. 1 in 4 of our people in the beginning, intellectuals. That's where we come from. That's where we come from. But anyway, I digress. Let's get back to the facts. The facts. 1 in 4 were intellectuals. Students came from all corners of the life of Africa. On graduation, you was given a turban, which means divine light. Alright. 4 levels. The 4 levels of learning was 1, primary, was the Quran. 2nd, virtues of life. 3rd, research under the feet of a renowned professor. So then you would get and then the 4th was a circle of knowledge where you would be around imams, scholars, professors of the rulers, Muslim state leaders, etc., etc., etc. So basically, everybody that attended could be great if you wanted to be. They was raising people to be great there. Now, Thales, Thale, the first Greek philosopher and the first who was recorded to have studied in Africa, says he learned philosophy from the Egyptians, the Patagonians, and has known to have spent at least 22 years there studying. He was there 22 years studying. Egyptian civilization started after 35 BC. Greece was around 1600 BC. So that's 1900 years between us and them, man. So Black History Month, man, we should be talking about, our past, our contributions to the world, like Charles Drew, Dr. Charles Drew. And I remember Dr. Charles Drew because when I was in public school, I had to actually I did a study, I think it was a book report or whatever on Dr. Charles Drew. And so this one I knew without even having to look it up. Charles Drew was responsible for discovering blood transfusion. And coming up, because back then they didn't want to, just back in the 50s, they didn't want, with the black stuff and the blood and all that. So he came in with blood transfusion and started doing operations and stuff like that. He got into a car accident, his foot got trapped or whatever. Now this is the 2 versions you got. You got the version I heard as a youngster, then I got the version that they put on the internet right now. So the version I heard as a youngster was that Dr. Charles Drew got in a car accident. And the first hospital he went to, they didn't have black beds. Not that it wasn't a black hospital or whatever. In the hospital, they didn't have any open black beds in the black section of the hospital. So he had to go to the next hospital. By the time he got to the next hospital, he was already dead. But the story they telling on the internet right now is the same thing, but when he got there, it didn't have nothing to do with the fact it wasn't no bad. His injuries was that bad where he would have died anyway, says one of the witnesses in the car. I never seen that before, but this is what they saying now. Then you got Stokely Carmichael. And you know, I always like Stokely Carmichael, you know, Kwame Ture, the brother. And he left after they killed Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. He left. He left. But he was a brother that was there with the protesting, there with the you know, in the beginning with Martin Luther King, but he was, nah, I'ma have my gun. He told King, yeah, nah, I'ma march with you. I know how they is, and I'ma have my gun. So that's why they don't talk about him. You know why they don't talk about him. H. Rap Brown, Jamil Alameen, the brother. I was in Atlanta when this went down. So I was living in Atlanta, and they had been pulling the brother over for the car stops, just like the brother they assassinated out there. He was coming home. He told him he had the gun in the car or whatever, and they shot him. So, and they don't understand why men act, we respond the way we respond. So they've been stopping the brother out there in Atlanta, I think once or twice or whatever the case may be, and they was messing with him over his driver's license. You know what I mean? And so they stopped him one time, the last time, and then I think the cop raised or some kind of way, and the cop ended up shot. And then you know, so, and you know, they turned it into he the ex-Black Panther, he this, he that, and whoop, 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 whoop. But they assassinate black men in the car. Khalid Muhammad, brother was talking out when he was talking out. He was calling things for what it was, and this and this and that. And next thing you know, you go to the hospital, you end up dead. And so, like, so this got me to thinking about the whole Judaism thing. Like, is Judaism a race or a religion? Right? Come on, let's stay with me now. Is it a race or is it a religion? If it's a race, then no matter what, we the origin, we the original, so they all come from us. Everybody, all life started in Africa, started with the black man and woman. The black woman, period. That's what it is. And so, just like we made Eminem, we made them. Keep up. Just like, look. Just like, that's how it went down. I'm going to show you how it went down. How it went down is, yo, we want to do what you did. Talking to the supreme being, the supreme maker, architect. Yo, we want to do what you did. Go ahead. All you going to create is chaos and mischief, and that's what he is. And that's what he is. But now, let's go back to it. Now, if Jew is a color, if it's a race and a color and all that, we are the first Jew. We are the original. You can't, and you can't logically say that you feel that they feel they the chosen people. So this is why I'm saying that. You can't feel like you're the chosen one when you look around right now at the world and you see what's going on and can't see that y'all feel y'all the chosen ones for real. Even Jesus said that y'all, he said that he gave himself up. That's why he gave himself up, because he saw he was too early. His time was, so he spoke of another one. Jesus spoke of another one coming, another prophet. So if you're talking about from a race thing, we the original one. Y'all stole our lifestyle. That's our lifestyle. The lifestyle y'all living and all that, that's our lifestyle. That's our lifestyle. If you're talking about a religion from a religious thing, you can't be the chosen one and be secluded, exclusive. You can't be. You how are you like that? You can't be. You can't be. Word. So they took our history, our lifestyle, our riches, our natural resources. These are all of the things that they end up depriving us as what we rightfully supposed to have. You know what I'm saying? Because by them switching things around, changing this up, changing the meaning of that up, changing history up, manipulating us to where we helping them to a certain extent with a lot of the shit. We be helping them. But this is what we got. This is what we missing. We missing our lifestyle, our riches, our natural resources, and our homeland, our way of life. I'm serious. Look it up. Connect the dots. Here go one. Let's look at RICO laws, right? So y'all be like, he don't think about the hood no more. Fuck Sharon. He don't think about the hood no more. Check this out. RICO laws. RICO laws, when they first enacted the RICO laws, was to go after the mobsters. Them dudes killing 15 people, Sammy Gravado, and 19 people, and throwing them in, doing all this in the river and all that. This is what they was enacted for. They went after a couple of them. Now it seems like RICO live in the projects. RICO stay in the projects. Word. Word. My son said, he said, Dad, man, you think some of the white people you used to work with see this, gonna think you to be like, man, we didn't even know him. I told him, I said, nah, what I would be is, one, you never really wanted to hear my views on what I think, because they say you either on your soapbox or you crying or you this or you going, you know how they do. They gonna try to talk you out of it. And two, I was being just as phony as y'all was. I was punching the clock. I had to give my soul to y'all, my heart, my mind, my thoughts. Fuck out of here. I'm giving you 8 hours of work. That's it. And you wasn't even paying me good with that. Word up. It's like you feel like I betrayed them. Like, yeah, exactly. I got another thing. This is why this generation is so important, right? Because this generation, like my son and his peers, that generation, y'all got the world at y'all fingertips. Like I was telling them, like, before they could keep shit hidden and this and this and that, y'all can know about something that happened wrong to a black person in a little small town in Kansas soon as it happened. Y'all could reach out and voice y'all opinion about that. Y'all could say something about that. He said, what, March? I said, nah, not March. Me personally, I don't think March gets nowhere. I think marching is just an emotional thing. Helps you burn off some energy, help you yell, scream, whatever. Let them go and get their riot gear and all that. I don't really think it really helps. I don't really think it does. And if it does, it's very minimum instances where it does. But this is what I came up with. What if for 1 year, right, we didn't spend no money on holidays? Yeah, you still buy your groceries to eat and all that, but you just don't play the holiday game. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, oh, I must buy something for my mom. No, because you should be respecting and loving and appreciate your moms every day. So yeah, because that's them telling you to go out and spend money, so they can order all of these flowers from all of these places and all of these candies and all of these chocolate covered strawberries and all of this other stuff like that. Like I said, we trying to hurt them. And I'm going to tell you what it's going to do at the end. So you got Easter. Yeah, Easter 2. Yeah, you got 4th of July. You got Halloween. You got Thanksgiving. And of course, you got Christmas. You got Kwanzaa. You got anything. Any holiday, they got any holiday sales, any of that shit, you don't buy. If you want to buy a week after the holiday, go for it. But on the holidays, don't buy nothing, right? I'm going to tell you why. They base all their sales, all their stocks, and all of that. They dividend checks is based off of sales during these times. So if you do that, you will make the stock market ripple, hiccup. If you make the stock market hiccup, you will make they pockets hiccup. All of the big dogs in places that you don't even know. Because them is out of the stocks, I was saying, like 85% of the stocks is owned by 10% of the world. So, like I said, if you want to get them, send it like that. You you hurt them in the pocket. And I bet you if we do that for a year and we prove to them that we could really, really do it, I bet you the next year they'll come to us with a little bit of sense in their head. Word up. I bet you. Now, let's talk about religion, right? So, because I didn't want to be like I was preaching and all that, because I'm not, no, I don't go to church enough to preach. I don't go to the mosque enough to preach. But here's my religious journey, because I got enough of it. I got enough to know enough. You know what I mean? I don't need to go delve all deep into it. I got brothers like Dr. York Malachi that did it. You know, I know they locked the brother up for, you know, the some of the thing. You know, they attacked the brother. But anyway, so they got the brother locked up. The brother was doing wonderful things, brought all that land out there in Georgia and stuff, was doing his thing. But they tore him down. I digress. You got Farrakhan. You got, you know, as far as knowledgeable and to shoot you the straight, uncorrupted version of what took place. So Jesus is a business. Jesus, religion, all of that is a hustle. Now, but I'm going to still tell you mine before I tell you how I come to this conclusion. Growing up, you Baptist, and you know I'm Baptist because my mom's is Baptist. So you go to church, your mom's drag you to church, you don't want to go, crew laughing or whatever, Easter, you got the little suit on, you going to church. So when I get to the army, they say, what's your religion? I just said Baptist because that's what my mom's always been saying. So, boom. So, but now on Sundays, you could get out of the barracks if you go to a religious service. That's the only way you can get out the barracks on a Sunday. And by getting out the barracks on Sunday, that's the only place other than the child hall and basic training that you could talk to women. Religious service. So I went to Protestant, Lutheran, Catholic, Episcopalian, Gospel. I went to every one they offered at the time. Every single one they offered. None of them was really hitting me. Right? So I go to the I go to the desert. I'm in the desert, and after it's over, Saudi Arabia and all that stuff. We go to this little city, Daharan. And the first time I'm in Daharan, time for make the prayer call the salat and everything. And so everybody closing down everything and whoop, whoop, whoop. And so I was like, this is what I want to do. Everybody, ablution, voodoo. I forget. I know, I'm slipping. But anyway, so you wash yourself to make sure you clean, boom. I was like, this is what I wanted to be involved with. So my first Juma ever was in Germany. I went to Juma, I think maybe 4 times out there, maybe 5 times in Germany with a brother that was over there, and it was a nice little small Umat community or whatever like that. So it was pretty cool. It was just about Islam, this, that. It wasn't nothing else. Just about Islam and how you supposed to live and conduct yourself, pretty much. Get back to the States. I go to Taqwa on Gates, not Gates, bro. Bedford and Nostrand, I think, or Bedford and Lafayette, whatever, something like that. And the first time I'm in there, the brother got the Bible, the Quran, the newspaper, and some other stuff, and it's kind of sounding like a black militant type of thing. And I'm like, I understand, like, if you want to do that type of stuff in a masjid on a Friday or afterwards or whatever, but I think when it's time for the religion part of it, it should just be about the religion. That's my personal view, but whatever. So you get outside and it's kind of like the rock star hood vibe outside, not mentality, but the vibe and I was like, nah, this ain't the vibe. This ain't the vibe. This ain't the vibe for me. So I start searching after that, whatever. I start going to I went to the Creflo Dollar Church when I was in Atlanta. That brother getting money. I went one time just to see what it is, see what he talk about. He tie everything in the financial game. He'd tie, you know, if you want this so bad and you know, and you come in here and you around me and I got the money vibe in here, and if you give me some money and you do what you supposed to do, you gonna get to that money. That's how he talking. He like a spiritual motivational speaker, I guess, some type of shit, whatever. So yeah, so I did the Book of James. I knew the Quran. I started trying to read the Quran in Arabic, studying Arabic, so I was able to read Arabic a little bit. I had the brothers, the white guys in the white shirt with the black tie. I called one night to get that free Bible on the phone, right? You know, I called one night, yo, let me get that Bible for free. The next day, it was 2 guys at my door with the Bible. Like, Brother Holloway. It's like, wow. And I say all that to say that Confucius, the Egyptian, I really like the Native American spirits and all that. I like the Native American spirits because it's like really not, they just, the air, they have respect for everything, and they just respected everything, the animals, the water, the earth, everything. So I really was liking them. So after all of that, and with all of the basic message you hear in all of them religious services, and correct me if I'm wrong, right? Your personal relationship with God. Your personal relationship with God, right? So I was thinking, I got all this knowledge right here. Let me come up with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I remember a little bit, say, from a Mormon little thing that I heard. And I remember something that the Prophet Muhammad said about making sure you pick things up in out the street, you know, not for you, but for the car that coming that might not see it. You know what I mean? So you remember little things like that, and then you formulate it and apply it, and then you work it to the best of your life. Here's the thing. Satan is a part of the human intelligence, right? Because that's in the Bible. That's what you fighting with. You fighting with yourself. You fight with yourself. Do I want to look in there and get the knowledge? Do I not want to look in there? Should I do this? Do I do that? So once you understand that, you know what I'm saying? Because the white man is the devil, God. Non-cipher, black man, non-cipher. Shout out to my gods. Peace, God, I know. But check this out, God. You got to understand, too, that if we the essence and we the origin, then he came from us. So you can't say he found all them wicked ways on his own. A little portion of it would have had to come from us. Jews is running the film industry and the porn industry. And part of this is stuff that this is not me throwing out racial slurs. This is just what it is. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. Look it up. The film industry and the porn industry, who running them. And see why some of the same things be going on. I remember when some of the stuff you see in regular movies, that's what you were seeing in porn. You see more on some of them HBO movie than you see on the soft porn channel that you end up paying for. For real, it's crazy. Joe Biden, and I'm not voting for Joe. He too fucking old for me. Joe Biden is even quoted as saying the Jews were behind the plot to demasculate the black man. This is Joe Biden. Word. I was watching the Minister Farrakhan speech that he just gave recently. Savior's Day. It was really good. He claims that not saying I agree. I'm just saying what he's saying. He got plenty. His facts are spot on. He know his stuff. The minister know his stuff. He know his stuff. But he's saying he the modern day Jesus. He the modern day Messiah. I say so far, I ain't gonna lie it. I ain't gonna deny it. So far, it look like he might be. Here go one. Shatira Shoemaker died from an asthma attack in a small town in Houston, Mississippi. Right? Because at nighttime, they shut down the emergency room there. Because it's going to save them $2 million a year. Fuck the lives it's going to cost. So they shut the emergency room down. So, and she lives 8 minutes away from the emergency room, right? So she passes out, and she got two cousins there. They get her in the car because it's 8 minutes away. They call 911. Yo, my sister, my cousin, she on the, blah, 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 blah. We going to the emergency room. Emergency room closed. He said, what the fuck you mean emergency room closed? What do you mean? So cause he say that, and it's the heat of the moment. So now they tell him go to the police department. I mean the fire department, right? So the fire department's supposed to help him now. So he goes there, but on the way there, police catch him, and now because 3 black, and so now they outside on the car now, spread eagle. They cousin in the back dying. So now she don't get help for 28 minutes and she dies. $2 million. See, that's the type of see Oprah. Israel, yeah. Stop giving them your money. Anti-black folk. Stop giving them your money. Word. So here go one. So so we be every now and then we get into the 5% and all that shit and blah 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 stuff. I apologize, that stuff, blah 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 blah. Back in the days, I was actually going to change my name. I was talking to Shabon today about this one. So I was going to change my name. I picked it out and everything. So I was going to change my name 2 times. Here you go. So the first time I was going to change my name, it was when it was the 5%. I was going to change my name to Born Intelligence. Great God Allah. Peace, God. And then the second time was after I took Shahada. I did take Shahada. I took Shahada in 91. I took Shahada. I was in Kansas when I took Shahada. I took Shahada in Kansas in a small masjid. But yeah, so when I took Shahada, I was going to change my name to Al-Farid Abdullah. Al-Farid Abdullah. Yeah. Unique worshiper of Allah. That's what it means. Unique worshiper of Allah. Yeah, there you go. Word. Slavery in New York. That broke that. It first started in 1626 with the first 11 slaves. 1626. The first slave auction in New York was 1655. The last slave free was July 4th, 1827. Some younger blacks born to slave mothers served till they were in their 20s. By 1703, more than 42% of the households had slaves. And the slaves in New York, because we was brownstone slaves in New York. I say we, yeah, it don't matter to me. We was brownstone slaves in New York. Yeah. So some of that stuff you used to think growing up, you was little, that country bumpkin stuff, and that's because that's what the slave masters put in us, man. We was some good house. We was some New York house niggas, was good house niggas, man. This is a facts, man. And I ain't saying you loved it like Kanye West and all that shit. You did what you had to do. We do what we do to survive. We do what we do to survive. But we need to stop doing that. Word up. Especially now. Back then it was different. You get killed, you get shot, you get hung, you get raped, you get castrated, you get all kinds of crazy shit. So yeah, New York City was built off of slave labor. Wall Street, the actual name Wall Street, was born off slaves. The enslaved Africans building a wall in 1653 to protect the Dutch settlers from the Indian raids. Let's remember though why the Indians were raiding. Because remember, they would call it a good deal where they swindled the Indians out of their land, even though the Indians could not read or know what the hell they was talking about, but they call it a legitimate contract. Ask Kyrie Irving how he feel about Thanksgiving. Matter of fact, so y'all think I'm like this is just the way it is. So it's like some things is what it is, and you could choose to address it. You could choose to accept it. You could leave it alone. You can ignore it. You know what I mean? But once you know, that's when I feel like you gotta kind of try to do something. Like if you don't, like I keep saying, if you're not looking around and not feeling some kind of unfair balance, like it's just slanted and it's real blatant right now that shit is slanted against us and shit is slanted in their favor. So not only is shit slanted against us, but even I was seeing something, I posted it on my Facebook page. Check my Facebook page. I'll be posting stuff. So on my Facebook page, I posted today an elite public high school. Public means the people are paying for it. So in an elite public high school, out of 897 kids in New York City, only 3 is black. Posted that one today. Word. The holidays, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, Christmas, Mother's Day, Easter, 4th of July, Halloween. Don't buy nothing. Don't buy nothing. Don't buy nothing. Here go, and see, so now let's talk about mental slaves, right? Let's talk about how I say we mentally effed up. Let's talk about George Washington Carver. George Washington Carver, the great inventor. Invented all types of stuff. Peanuts, electric, fuel from peanuts, all kinds of things. Wonderful things. Wonderful things, right? You know he was castrated as a young boy. So now, Kanye, that was not a choice, okay? That was not a choice. I could guarantee you that was not a choice. I digress. Now, the brother was castrated as a little boy. I think they cut his nuts off. That's what they did, right? I apologize. So, he went through life, had a wife, everything, and all this shit. So, I saw an article in the Gay Star News, February 2018, classifying him as gay. He's the best, the first gay inventor. He's the greatest gay inventor. And I'm like, damn, you couldn't use nobody else to validate your situation? Like, the brother was cat. And you gonna turn it into that? That's sick, man. That's sick. I don't care. That's sick. That's sick. That's sick. That's sick. And that's the shit we should be. That's the type of stuff I'm saying, man. That's the type of stuff we don't supposed to be standing for. Right. Telling you. And so you think I'm not making. So Shabon was telling me about when he was in South Carolina. He first got there. He seen KKK marching too. He seen KKK marching too. Thought he'd never see that. Incidents where he going to get his hair cut and they tell him, we don't cut your kind in here. And he cursed him out. They laugh at him. They don't care. They don't care about that emotional stuff, man. I tell y'all, man. And so, yo, in closing, I want to say once again, man, these are my opinions. Sometimes these are my opinions. But the stuff when I be researching and giving y'all this stuff really be happening, y'all. This is not me making this stuff up. I'm not making nothing up. I ain't even getting to the time where I had to beat the white guy up for calling me nigga while I'm in the army. We online and get shots to go to the desert to fight. By the way, the whole desert war was over oil. It wasn't about freedom. It wasn't about nothing. I personally, physically pulled guard duty on the oil wells where they had it was right in the back of me like this, burning, and I could see the little black soot. It's 115 degrees over there, and I'm standing next to a oil well, them fire and they burning. Yeah, I pulled guard duty on it, but I digress. But anyway, so war don't be about that. War be about money. War be about money and land and riches. Back to the white boy I punched in the face. So we on the line to get shots. And something happened and he turned around and say, shut up, nigga. What, nigga? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Cause all the captains around, y'all. What, you just gonna hit him right there? I know I'm gonna get in trouble. Excuse me. I know I'm gonna get in trouble right there. Okay. So I go, and we lived up on the 3rd floor in the back. So, you know, you come in the door right there. You got the hallway this way, and you got the hallway this way, but it opens, it's a little boom, and then you go around, and a little water fountain right there. Soon as he come upstairs, turn the corner. What? Beat his ass, beating him down, scuffing him up there, right? And so they get me downstairs. Saw first class bond. And he say, hey, Holloway, you can't be hitting on a soldier. That's government property, this and this and that. Hey, yo, Saw Bond, check this out. He called me nigga. He called me nigga again. I'ma fuck him up. You can't be you telling me what you ain't gonna do here. Well, Saw Bond, I'm telling you, talk to him. Talk to him and tell him don't call me nigga no more. He called me nigga again, he gonna get the same treatment. I'm not gonna promise you nothing. I'm gonna fuck him up. I'm gonna fuck him up. Holloway, get your nut ass out of here, stupid ass. You damn right. Nah. And he ain't called me nigga again no more, neither. Sure did. So, and I say all that to say, man, like, we gotta stick together, man. We on the same team, man. Word. We try and win the championship, man. Try and win a chip at least 1 year. We ain't gotta win it all the time. We gotta win some chips, man. And I ain't talking about the entertainers and the rappers and the singers and the people that's on them reality TV shows. They got a different, if y'all don't recognize they live in a different reality than y'all live in, this, you know what I'm saying? When you can go and buy whatever you want whenever you want and you can escape some of the bullshit you got to deal with every day, it's different. So they got a whole different perspective on it. Yo, I've been in the shit. You know what I mean? I've been in the shit. I've been working for 30 years. Word up. I've been working. So I've been on it and I seen what they do. I see how they do it. And like we've been doing, I too was shutting up and not saying something. Yeah, I fought my battles and I did what I did and I promoted and yeah, and I did what I did I could do. Trust me, I always buck the system. But yo, we gotta come on, man. Word up. We gotta come on. For real, for real. Word. That's my show. Big Sherm, I'm gonna be back soon with some more stuff. I promise. Love.